नाम भी नहीं सुना, नाम भी तुम्हारा नहीं सुना।
पता ही ना कैसे करेंगे। जी कपड़ा सा भी यूज करेंगे।
महामारी सुना है?
हाँ जी सुना था, बीमारी का नाम तो सुना है, शायद बीमारी है महामारी की।
बीमारी है।
हाँ सुना था, जैसे बीमारी हो ज़्यादातर लेडीज़ों को होती है ये।
13-year-old schoolgirl commits suicide after she was shamed by her teacher for period stains.
Wait a second. Why do we care about this? What do we have to do with periods and garment workers in India? We just like to buy cheap clothes and watch fashion shows? One of the first ways to deal with menstrual blood was cloth bandages. But today, despite these plenty of product alternatives, many women in India are still stuck with this cloth. Additionally, as you saw, there is ample amount of stigma and embarrassment associated with the topic of menstruation. This makes the education of menstrual hygiene management very difficult. As you saw, there are many misconceptions about the biological process of menstruation. These unscientific attitudes and misconceptions that menstruating women are contaminated adversely affect the women's reproductive lives, therefore affecting their health and social lives. There is research that provides that having the privilege to be in good health affects women's overall productivity, increases their access to opportunities, and overall creates a sense of well-being. However, often health is not at the forefront of the worries of many women in India. These women who belong to lower socioeconomic classes have the basic needs of food, water, and shelter that loom over their heads. The global fashion industry relies on a complex supply chain. It includes a huge amount of human capital at its beginning, mostly which consists of women in third world countries. These same women. In fact, 25 to 30% of India's exports goes to countries like the United States of America, Canada, and Europe. Many of these women who are employed in these garment factories are exploited, often due to their lower socioeconomic status. They are often paid as less as 15 cents an hour, and they work up to 20 hours a day just to make ends meet. Sometimes they don't even have access to clean toilets, waters, and dustbins. Additionally, sanitary products come at a high cost, and so many of them can't even afford it. Therefore, they resort to rags just lying around in the factory. A study conducted by the UNICEF revealed that 80% of women in these conditions don't rely on sanitary pads due to its high cost. This was followed by lack of awareness. Therefore, the health and sanitation of these women workers cannot be completely left to them, nor is it in their own hands. There are laws and policies in place for factories to provide basic sanitation and health facilities to its employees. However, there is little to no auditing done to check these compliances. This research paper focuses on exploring the three barriers of education, access, and operational work structures that can be tackled to better the condition of menstrual hygiene in garment factories in India. In doing so, it hopes to create awareness within Western brands and retailers and challenge them to take the initiative to better this situation. Here are some of the research highlights. A phraseology analysis was done across the multiple studies read for the paper, and the three words knowledge, lack, and hygiene popped up 458, 240, and 105 times respectively. Next, a survey was conducted in factories across different owners, garment workers, and unit heads. When asked if cramps are bothersome only if one pays attention to them, or that sanitation is a perk for the workers, they said yes. They also said that men have a real advantage in not having the menstrual interruption every month. The toilet problem is a major problem across multiple factories in India. Not only are there not adequate number of toilets, women are not even allowed to go on frequent bathroom breaks. In fact, the Indian labor law states that for every 20 workers, there should be one toilet. A factory that was surveyed in Mumbai has just 2 bathrooms that are shared by 90 garment workers and 30 other staff members. These toilets often do not have running water or clean dustbins, and sometimes the line is so long that they can't access it. Finally comes the case of financial accessibility. A cheap pad pack in India costs about 45 rupees, whereas so many of these women workers barely make up 245 rupees in a day, with which they have to manage other household expenses. This is one of the main reasons that even today the pad utilization rate in India is only 36%. It is unfair to ask businesses and brands to make such big contributions without there being something in it for them. So let's take a look at why women workers' health empowerment is really useful as a business strategy. Number 1, it can lead to reduced costs. Periods are something that occur every month and cause women great distress. This often results in low productivity and also absenteeism. If proper menstrual hygiene facilities are provided at the workplace, it will lead to lower turnover rates and better productivity. Secondly, it can offer a competitive advantage to the business, as there would be a trust building between the employees and the employers and would therefore decrease the turnover rate. It is also obviously good for brand PR, and it allows the brand to build a human connection to its customers, which is very, very important in 2020. Finally, implementing menstrual hygiene management facilities within factories would help the company and the brand move towards the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We are Fashionable Flow, and we are all in this together.